I want you to do three things. Jot these down. Now that you know you have received grace, I want you to do three things. Verse 8, humble yourself. Humble yourself. Don't go around and boast about that you're a super Christian. I stay away from super Christians, I really do. And if you run into one, stay away, run. Nobody have it all together 100%. Nobody is perfect. If you find a perfect person, run. It's a journey. Paul, who was one of the greatest evangelists who ever lived, said, every morning the good I want to do, I find that evil is present with me. He said, oh wretched man that I am. He struggled every day because he recognized that there's a war going on in everybody. And that's the reason we need God's presence. That's the reason we have to hold on to his promises. That's the reason we have to hold on to his word, his precept. And that's the reason we need to pray. To be able to overcome the things. Humility. Be humble with God's grace. Don't brag about it. Number 2, compassion. Compassion. Be patient with others. Be patient with others. Everybody don't get it as fast as you do. Some people get it for a while and sometimes they get off track. Hold their hands and tell them, get back on the path. But don't condemn them while they fall off the path. We don't need people to condemn us. Just hold their hands and allow them to get back on the path. If they fall for a while, walk with them, hug them, encourage them, affirm them, and allow them to get back on the path. Compassion. We need real people with compassion. That's what verse 8 is saying. And finally, service. Service. Now that you know, serve others. Serve others. The reason God have allowed you to have what you have by his grace is not to hoard it. It's not to boast about what you have. It's to use it to serve others. The rule of thumb I tell people all the time, as we're going to be packing some barrels for Haiti, if you have clothes in your closet you haven't worn for 3 years, you will never wear it again. One more time. You missed that, Jennifer. If you have clothes in your closet that you haven't worn in 3 years, you will never wear it again. Are you with me? It's gone. One way to clean out your closet is say, I haven't worn this in 3 years. Let's give it away. Start going home, Sharon, get some big black bags, and one by one start putting together as we get to do a major shipment to Haiti. 3-year rule. If you haven't worn a Shayna in 3 years, it's time to go. God help you. We're going to get a whole bunch of shoes. We're going to get a whole bunch of shoes, especially shoes. Especially shoes. You haven't worn those shoes in 3 years. It's time for it to join the charity band. Somebody is going to be excited to receive it. Grace, service. That we have a responsibility to serve people. Because you see, grace comes from God. It was God's desire anyway. It was God who designed grace for us. It was initiated by God. It was implemented by God. And grace is for God's glory. It's not about us. It's for us. Here, what is what? Jot this down. This is what grace means now. You're going to go home, back to Far Rockaway, and that beautiful house on the beach that you live. And this is what grace means. G for God, great God. R for riches. A for at, A-T, at. A-T, at, A-T, at. C for Christ. And E for expense. What grace really means, God's riches at Christ's expense.